start the podcast. We could start talking and then.
Good afternoon, Eagle Nation. This is your principal, Paul Berry, and we are doing our first ever live on YouTube podcast. And I think this is pretty darn cool. Hey, Mr. Blakely.
Oh, thank goodness. I almost thought before being introduced that would have been, that's a podcasting no-no.
You know, I did, I'm not gonna lie, I heard you a little bit, and I thought that you were going to break the rule of talking before introduced. Right. So, what do you think? Our first YouTube live podcast. YouTube was kind of nerve-wracking, even though I just asked what you think.
Please. I assume that was to set yourself up for.
Right. You really just want to hear what I have to say.
Of course, always.
It's only a little nerve-wracking because there's no editing.
Yeah, well, yeah, not for the live. Oh wait, does that mean I don't have to edit this either?
I don't think you should have to.
All right, folks at home, prepare for a lot more ums in. Ooh, hey.
And of course, we have with us the one and only DOA, Director of Advancement.
No, it's D-A-V-E.
Oh, spelling. Dave Maurice. Mr. Maurice. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Merry Christmas, guys.
The cringing, they're able to see the cringing during these jokes.
Yeah, as you can see, if you are watching live on YouTube right now, we are spreading out as much as possible. We are masked up. And because this is our very special Christmas edition, we have Santa with us as well. Santa, you've been introduced.
He's
Ho, 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 ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
also wearing a mask.
He is also wearing a mask. It says, "Keep calm, I'm a principal."
Where did he get that from?
You know, that was actually, I let Santa borrow a mask.
Wait, he didn't come in the building with that mask then, did he?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
But we had to get one on him as soon as possible. But he's following the PPRP rules.
Indeed.
So thank you, Santa, and welcome. You also see that Santa has one of our scarves on with the logo.
OLP merch.
Yeah, he's representing.
Swag.
He might be biased to OLP.
I mean, I've heard him say before it's his favorite school.
And I told some of the students earlier today that I was on a phone conference with Santa and did my very best to put them all on the nice list. So they should be set and ready to go.
I don't know. I know some middle schoolers are probably not gonna make it.
Well, there's a whole week, right, before Christmas.
There you go, kids at home. Do what your parents tell you.
Good luck.
There's still time to do damage, unfortunately.
Oh, good grief.
No,
Okay.
but I put in a good word, so we'll I think we're in good standing. So Eagle Nation students, hang in there one more week. Don't worry about it. Do you guys have elves?
Elf on the shelf?
Elves
Yeah.
on shelves?
Yeah. Does that happen?
Never.
We do.
You do?
Yes.
What's the name of your elf?
This year it is Chandler Bing.
Aw, that was your
Friends are friends.
That was, yeah.
your dog's name, wasn't it?
It was, and so we now have an elf named Chandler Bing.
Nice.
Could you be any more appropriate?
How about you, Mr. Barry? Is there an elf on your shelf?
Yeah, we do. His name is Bart. How we doing? Are we having a technical issue live on?
I don't know about you. Nothing's coming through my phones, but we're still recording, so.
Oh, I got it. It's coming through phones. Did yours just quit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Is it back?
It's back.
It's back. See, that's what happens.
This is what happens when we record live.
See, folks at home, this is what you don't see.
See,
I don't edit that.
Right, normally we just take that out, but now that we're live on YouTube, you get to see behind the scenes. Our elf, who keeps an eye on my children, is Bart. And Bart, yeah, he finds some creative places. Sometimes my kids ask me, though, why Bart isn't as creative as some other elves that you see, and I said, that's okay. Bart's good at watching. He doesn't have to be creative with where he shows up every day.
That's good. That's a good angle.
There you go. We've never done Elf on a Shelf.
Oh, really? Well, it's okay. Keep it that way. I think you're safe.
I think we're safe. We have children. We have too many children.
You have a lot of children.
You know what though? Okay, I do have a lot of children, but between the three of us, 12 kids. Just the three of us sitting
Is
at
that
this
the
table.
math? Well, I only contribute 2.
Yes,
So I'm
Right.
probably the most sane one at this table.
probably.
I like to think that Mr. Barry and I combined meet where you are at, Mr. Blakely.
Yeah, so you guys got some, you know what, don't feel bad. I'm not trying to say I'm more manly than the two of you put together, but
Speaking of manly, what's on the agenda?
I don't know why I steered the conversation in this direction.
Yeah, I don't know what's on the agenda. We'll get there, but before we do, I wanted to mention that I think comments are live right now on YouTube. So all of you who are watching on YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment if you'd like. And you're watching that, right, Mr.
I am.
Mace?
I am monitoring the live chat.
Okay.
Hopefully we haven't lost viewers yet, but
I'm watching. They waver. We're not in the double digits yet,
Really?
but I will keep you posted.
Yeah, we just gotta keep vamping until it happens.
Right.
oh, we're stalling. We're stalling. It's like a good show. You don't start on time. Yeah.
Factually late.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way I could see who all is watching, but this is so new to me. I'm not really sure. But anyways, the show goes on. So if you want to leave a comment,
Yes.
please do so in the comments. And then also, if you want to email us, you can do that at.
Podcastingprincipal@olpmn.org.
And you know, we did get some fan email not that long ago for this episode. And so we will be reading some fan email here shortly, which means I have to read in the dark without my glasses on. So you'll have to forgive me when we do get to that part, but we will. So if Mr. Blakely, if you can monitor too the email, if that's up and running. I don't mean to throw you a curveball
Oh boy.
while we're live.
If I can just chime in real quick, we do have our very first comment coming all the way in from Hopkins.
Ooh.
Somebody is watching out in Hopkins, so shout out to Hopkins.
Yeah. What
Shout out to
what was the?
It's from Kate B. And
Oh,
she
nice.
says, she says very emphatically, "I'm watching."
That's great.
Yeah. Hello to Kate B.
Yeah, well, thank you for watching Kate B, wherever you're watching from in Hopkins, Minnesota. Should we? Here's the thing. In the spirit of Christmas and the ending of the Advent season, I think affirmations are always appropriate. Sometimes I'm told that I don't like to do affirmations enough. And that hurts because I want to make sure that people feel affirmed here at OLP, teacher, staff, and community. So I thought we could take some time and kind of go around the table and affirm those people that need some affirming.
Do we need like a little drop right here?
Yeah.
Affirmation.
Thank you. See,
Wow.
we did not need to invest.
Someone's gunning for Miss Abdenar's job.
Who
Coming
needs,
for you, Rio. Coming for you.
who needs a sound bit machine? Okay, so I have a couple affirmations I wrote down that I'd like to mention, and
Absolutely.
I may think of a few more. But if you two think of anything, please chime in. First and foremost, I'm a little full today. I had a little too much sugar, a little too many carbs. And I get to thank Honey and Rye Bakery in St. Louis Park, and they do have one in St. Paul as well. I'm not exactly sure where, but once a month, they donate to our Joy Cart.
Yes, indeed.
What is that funny?
It's just something about the way you said. I'm not really sure where, but they do have a location somewhere.
I could look up the address. If we had someone else in the room, I would have them look up the address. But Honey and Rye, they are, Ann and Casey have a student here in kindergarten, and they are owners of Honey and Rye. And they are so generous. Once a month, we have a Joy Cart. I'm sure you've heard of us talk about it on this show before. It is Friday mornings, coffee and pastries and chocolate, and sometimes something healthy like a banana, apple, or orange. But once a month, they donate to the cart, and they give us, what was there today? We had banana bread.
There were scones.
There was the flavorful scones that have like onions and things that you don't think.
Well, there's like savory scones
Yeah,
and
the
there's
savory
sweet scones.
Right.
Yeah.
They had caramel rolls.
Yeah.
it was amazing. And I think I just walked by the Joy Cart that's still out there. There's like one piece of.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Right.
the Joy Cart is a fantastic addition to OLP, and it is every Friday, but it's once a month that the great people at Honey and Rye donate directly from their bakery, and that is by far the favorite day.
That's Honey and Rye, folks. Locations on 4501 Excelsior Boulevard and in the North Loop, 520 North 4th Street, both in Minneapolis.
Well, thank you for looking that up. So there's a serious shout out to Honey and Rye. Anyways, they're great supporters of the Joy Cart
They
and
really are great, yes.
us at OLP. So thank you, Casey and Ann, for all that you do. Here's another affirmation. I really want to affirm both our ELP team, teachers and staff, and the parents. You know, while we've been in this, in our own little shutdown here in K-8, ELP has remained open with some modification as far as time goes. And thank goodness, I think that's one reason I was able to stay somewhat sane the last few days, or the last 3 weeks, is because we did have students in. And they came in, I don't know if you were in the office, Dave, but they came in and they were, why am I blanking? When you sing in front of the group? Caroling. Caroling. They were caroling. It was so darn cute, and I don't know. It made my heart twice as big. So to the ELP students, the staff, the family, you know, that just hung tight and have been patient, that they've made it work. You know, the staff is, you know, their mode of operation changed significantly, and so I am very appreciative and all that they've done. So way to go, ELP staff, and to the parents, and then the students. They thank you for bringing joy to us over the last 3 weeks.
If I could just jump in on that real quick. So my wife is the room parent for pre-K2, I think. Yeah, pre-K2. And one of the parents had, you know, emailed her saying, you know, here's the money or whatever. And as a postscript, like, oh, by the way, my daughters love your husband. And so she says, oh, you know, so-and-so wrote this, my daughters love, you know, your husband. And I was just like, it's like doing like a little dance, like,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, is it kind of sad that like the love of children makes me this happy? But
It's not sad. It's not sad at all. It's been tough without having everyone here, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then too, I want to our teaching staff, K-8. You know, going into the mode of distance learning, I kind of feel like I'm being a downer here, but I really not. I'm trying not to be. But our staff, K-8, who has gone into distance learning, is not easy. The asynchronous for K4 can be difficult. They threw a bunch of synchronous stuff in there, a live path and believe and read lessons. But that it takes a lot of work. In our 5-8, you know, they have been synchronous, and for students and staff, that is 8 to 3 o'clock, sitting in front of a screen, teaching, trying to engage, trying to inspire, trying to motivate. And then also for our students who are just trying to stay engaged themselves, it's not always easy when you're on a screen for that much time. So I know it's been difficult and it's been hard, but they're definitely rising to the occasion. Just so proud of them. And then also the specialist teachers who are both doing both, and Mr. Blakely, you know this. You're doing asynchronous and synchronous, and I've asked those specialist teachers to hop on middle school synchronous meetings and kind of help monitor. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if you have Mrs. Roth teaching a social studies class, you're jumping on there and reaching out to those students sometimes and saying, please sit up, turn on your camera, we need to see you, camera on. I mean, if I had a nickel for every time I heard the word combination, turn your camera on, I would build a 4th floor on this building by now and a pool on top of the gym. Doesn't that sound cool?
Having slept on the top of the gym, I don't know that it would support the weight, but yes.
Manahan could figure it out somehow.
Glass bottom pool.
Yeah, exactly. I know it's tough, and the specialist teachers have been asked to do a lot. Live, choice boards, OSS. Mrs. Jameson and her read alouds, I know the kids really love doing that, so thank you to the specialists. And then I kind of got into this already. I do want to thank our students and parents. I know that technology has caused frustration and some stress. I know that the workload can cause frustration and stress, or missing assignments, or assignments not done, or we thought they were turned in, but they're really not turned in. And so for all the parents and the teachers who, the parents and students who just keep at the grind, always appreciated. And here's the last thing about my affirmation I'd like to say. I'll probably think of more, but our parents, at the end of the day, our parents support us, and I think that means the world to us and the staff. Whether it's emails, cards of affirmation and thanks, it's also, this week we had a family drop-off breakfast. They had bagels, cookies, orange juice, anyways, lots of treats. And then when this all started, some parents snuck into the teacher's lounge and they loaded it with treats and drinks and caffeine and chocolate. So to all our parents who are always supporting us and taking care of this staff. So I'll stop there. I don't know if you guys have any affirmations, anyone you want to thank.
You know, I'll just piggyback off of your comment on the specialists. Mrs. Jameson has started read-alouds, daily read-alouds to various groups. I know there's one at 1 o'clock. I think it's kindergarten through 2nd grade. Then there's one at 1:30 for 3rd and 4th, or whatever the combinations are. It not only does she do that every day, or has she been doing that every day, she's going to continue doing that even next week into Christmas vacation, because the turnout has been so big. You know, my kids love going to it. I was blown away when I don't know why I was surprised, but the first time I saw an optional read aloud for these students to join after a full morning of distance learning, the interest, the way that she captivates their attention. We all have kids in the room, and I feel like I could never tell my kids, okay, every day at 1 o'clock I'm going to read you a story. They would say, I'd rather go outside or go do something else. But she's done such a great job. It's backed by popular demand. If you're listening and your students have not been tuning in, I highly encourage them to do so. They get very excited. So hats off to Mrs. Jameson for pulling that together. I think it's pretty remarkable.
Before you give any affirmations, ODog99 really wants a shout out. So here's a shout out to ODog99. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Right?
Way to go, ODog.
Thank you.
ODog.
Speaking, I'm going to piggyback right off of that. Into the podcasting principle at olp.org, we just got an email from Casey Andrus saying, sorry, can't comment on YouTube Live, probably due to being a Neo-Luddite. Thanks for the shout out, but everything we do it for you. Jerry on. And then there's a little clip of Brian Adams, everything I do it for you. Thank you, Casey.
Oh, that's great.
Which it really segues well into my thing. Now listen, these guys aren't going to be brave enough to say it, but I'll come out and say it. My affirmation is for you parents out there. I am not pandering at all. You guys know who you are. Yeah, you know, I mean, teachers, yeah, we're pretty great. Principals, sure, whatever. Other people are great. But you parents out there, working your job, still helping the kids, you got my approval. That's my affirmation for you.
A lot of hand signals.
Well, yeah.
A lot of
Oh yeah, I'm
pointing.
Listen. The ladies out there know.
I don't know. Is Katie listening?
Probably not.
I think I just heard her eyes roll.
Yeah, she'll probably watch this afterwards. I think she's actually driving home with the kids right now, so.
You know, she is a super wife. She came all the way to get the kids today.
So we could do this.
And mile, so that we could do this at 3 o'clock. So yeah, here's the funny thing. I thought let's do it at 3 because maybe some students would tune in, and I don't know if we have any students tuned in, but if you are, you should leave a comment, or you could email us at
podcastingprinciple at olp.org. We know olpmn.org. That's for you folks at home.
Okay, all right.
Who says we forgot how to do this after over a month?
Oh boy. All right, let's move on to the ho-ho apps.
Oh wait, I think you're forgetting the most popular segment,
No.
Hair Talk.
Listen,
We did put into the invitation today that the more interaction we got from our listeners, the less time for hair talk. So let's keep the.
But hold on. We do have a missive, email.
Oh,
It's from-
another one?
Yeah, it's from a Bennett B, and he wants to know, Mr. Barry, what's that hair routine? What are the products going into that hair? He's got a bit of a hair thing. He wants your guidance, and apparently his dad doesn't do much hair wise. So can you take us through? Is it just like Aquanet and like a blow dryer, or what do we got going on? What's the routine?
Well, Bennett B. It's actually pretty simple. I only use 2 products. I talk about my hair a lot, but I really do believe that there are students out there who do a much better job than I do, but I just talk about it way more.
Mm-hmm.
I do use, first to start with, the hair needs to be slightly wet. You don't want it wet, but you don't want it dry.
Okay.
And you put in some crew clay.
Oh, sure, like a putty.
Yep, like a putty, and then
Yep.
you get it really, really nice and softened up between the hands.
And they can see this at home, yeah.
Yeah, and then,
He's
you,
doing
and
the
then,
motion,
and then
yeah.
I'm doing the motion since we have people who are actually watching it. And so you go like this, and then you get it to where you want it,
Mhm.
and then Tresemme level 5, which is an all-day stronghold.
Okay.
You just light it up. You don't want anything flammable nearby you. You just light it up, and then you're good to go.
Now, this is amazing because the folks at home, if they really get close to the computer, they can see the light dying in Dave's eyes right now as we do hair talk.
I was just very, very closely monitoring the comments. If someone were to speak up and say stop with the hair talk, then we would honor their wishes. But it was a good story, Paul.
Okay, thank you. Well, actually, we went from like 10 live viewers, down to like 6 while that was happening. So.
Ooh, we have another missive, another email coming into podcastingprincipal@olpmn.org. This one's from a Kathy Bergen.
Oh.
Bergen? No, I'm gonna say Bergen.
Sounds familiar.
Hi. Will ELP still be 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. when they come back on January 4th?
That's a great question. No. For that first week, they will be, that January 4th through the 8th. If I can do my math correctly, we will remain in those same hours. But when all students return K-8 on that January 11th, we'll go back to our normal hours of operation. As normal as we can be, we will be on January 11th. So, Kathy B., wherever you're tuning in from, hopefully that answers your question.
What? You just heard her calling on the other.
What'd she say?
She said I'm over here. I don't know.
Oh.
We have another email from also Kathy Bergen. Stop with the hair talk. He. And then a little smiley face that's like the colon and the closed parentheses. Yeah.
Good description.
Good. Yeah.
All right, Kathy B. We will. Let's move on. So, ho haps.
Ho apps.
I don't know. But we have some ho haps. Dave, you, Mr. Maurice, I should say, you're the one who keeps us. You're supposed to keep
Trying to, really trying
Oh
to.
boy.
on task.
Not so much today.
What should we be talking about?
I think an exciting email went out today in that we are opening up, or beginning to anyway, open up enrollment for next year. Not surprising based on the high quality education that OLP continues to provide, the way that we've been able to be in person for so much of this first half of the school year. We've drawn the attention of not just our neighbors here in South Minneapolis, but in the surrounding areas as well. And in order to accommodate all of our students our current students that would like to come back, obviously they get top priority with our auto enrollment for next year. We will then open it up to siblings of current families, kind of with an early bird special. And then obviously we'll open up to the public in the very near future. But in order to get to that first step of opening up to the public, we want to make sure we accommodate everybody. So if you haven't seen that email that went out today about enrollment, definitely check your inbox regarding that. Looks like you have a question, Mr. Berry.
No, I just thought you did a very formal job of explaining that. Thank you very much.
Well, you know, it's an important topic. I hate to be the killjoy on an otherwise fun, and it's good news, right? But we have a captive audience. We have people that listen, and you know, even if you are one of our existing students that will auto enroll next year, you know, maybe you've got a friend in the neighborhood who's been interested, especially the preschool program. Preschool enrollment, I think, has it opened yet, Paul, or will it open next year?
It is open.
It is open. So definitely spread the word that preschool enrollment is open, and that's to everybody. So that's good news.
Yeah.
And I think it's important everyone knows that.
Oh, thank you. I am very excited about that. First of all, we have never been this ready for enrollment. And if you're still listening, Kathy P., thank you for all your work. And I think Megan Schuckman is listening as well, and so thank you for your work too. Dave, you four. We are, I included myself internally. But we've done such a good job. I really should say all the staff here is we got down to finance, our tuition for next year. Finance council jumped on that. They were right away. SAC jumped on it. Our school advisory council jumped on that. So we were able to get that nice and early. That means we can set up our enrollment, which was a lot of back end work on TADS. And yeah, to open up enrollment before Christmas break is pretty impressive. So that means to all our listeners, and enrollment is open only for our families right now.
Right.
So if you are a current family, we're calling this the priority window. This is time that you get to enroll before anyone else. Come January 18th, it opens up to the general public. And yeah, you know, so it might have taken a pandemic to get here, but like OLP is full, and I think that's really fun to celebrate, to embrace, and then just to run with. So that's kind of what we're planning.
Yeah, and I think if I can chime in again, you know, you mentioned, Mr. Berry, OLP is full. While we may have gotten to this date because of the pandemic, a lot of our new families have reached out and expressed, you know, interest to come back, interest in adding members of their family that originally we couldn't accommodate last year. And so I think that's a true testament for the work that's done here, the faculty especially. You know, people aren't saying like, oh, you know, we have the vaccine now, pandemic's over, we're all gonna go back to the schools that we came from. They're here, they wanna stay here. Everyone that's listening should be proud that they're a part of this community that is now in very high demand. Thanks for joining us when you did, and we're happy to include you going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's like when you're at the airport, right? And you're at the gate, right? And they say, all first class people, all first class passengers and signature members can now board the plane. But you're like in row F at the very back of the plane. These people, our people, you guys are the signature
Right.
people. You get to come on first.
Right.
Come aboard. Hop on the OLP train. I know.
You know, while you're saying that and making all those motions, do you ever, like when you get on a plane and all those first class people are sitting there, don't you? I just feel weird walking through all the.
Yeah, no,
Walking through that.
I'm telling you, that's intentional.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
So you can see the martinis and the
Yeah,
larger
of course.
seats and.
Yeah, you see these people, they're nice and comfortable, right? They're already sipping their second martini, right? They're watching their thing, and then you have to walk by them, like schlub by them, like. And they're like, you know, the stewardesses are like massaging their feet already, and you have to slip by and be like, go into your seat that's like tiny, and you're like curled in the fetal position for an 8-hour flight. I don't know.
I need to work on the hand game. I feel like you're doing a really good job of being very animated and you're giving people a show.
I mean, listen, this is my teacher thing coming out. Now that people can see me, all my gesture.
Your movement?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. What were we? Anything else that
We're
we're
talking
supposed to be talking
about
about?
HAPs.
Oh,
I think the only other
Meandering.
HAP that we have on schedule here is just reminding everybody that, you know, we're now on vacation for 2 weeks, Christmas vacation. Enjoy with your family. You know, keep the party small, but enjoy with your family. And then back on the 4th for our final 5 days of distance learning. And that all systems are go for return to campus January 11th. Thank you for the patience that people have put into these first 15 days of distance learning. But doing that, putting that work in has allowed us to stay the course, and we are very excited to have everybody come back on the 11th.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, so the building is closed. You're not going to hear much from. I'm sure you'll be disappointed. You won't hear much from me. Live announcements go away for a couple weeks, but it is what it is. Okay,
Yes.
I think that's the ho haps.
That is the house.
Ho apps.
You guys got have any guesses on how many people are watching us live right now?
Yes, I'm gonna definitely totally guess that.
Do you have it going on your phone?
Oh, I checked earlier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it actually went down a little bit.
Let's not say numbers that way.
Okay, we'll keep it.
It's only down into the quadruple digits now.
Round table time.
This is a rectangular table.
All right, let's just pretend it's round. Do you have a?
Hey,
It's time for.
round table.
All right, round table. So let's go around. I'm gonna ask you guys some questions,
Okay.
and I'm interested to hear your reply.
$1.
Okay, ready? So these are some questions that we asked fans. We'll call them fans, and some of them mailed in, and I can read through those as well. But let's start with you, Mr. Maurice. What was your all-time favorite Christmas gift, and why? All-time favorite Christmas gift, and why?
All-time favorite. So I think the year was, let's call it 1992. I don't know.
And you were 47.
It was.
Wait,
no.
are you the kid in the famous YouTube video that got the Super Nintendo and was really?
You are almost entirely spot on. It was the original Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, most of my friends had the NES, as it was called, for probably years before
I was gonna
finally got
say.
it. But one year
'87.
my grandma did really come through and gave me and my sisters the original Nintendo Entertainment System, complete with the very first game that it came with, Mr. Berry.
Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. And that was it. We played that. I remember that probably that winter. That was our only game. We got another game for like another couple of months after that because they were expensive. But yeah, that was. I remember thinking that was so cool. It was a video game.
Absolutely.
It was amazing.
I think we had that. And the next game we got was the track and field game. I don't.
Oh yeah, with the pad.
And the pad, and you could the faster you.
Now, did you do the thing on the long jump where you jump off the pad?
Of course.
And then jump back on it?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. Of course. All right, Mr. Blakely.
That's been 80s nostalgia for you.
I know. I feel like we could keep.
Remember when?
Yeah, I feel like we could keep talking about that, but we won't. Mr. Blakely, what was your all-time favorite Christmas gift?
Ooh, definitely.
And why?
Definitely something from my wife. If you're watching, honey, thank you. The gift of 6 children and her continued love for the last.
Wait. They all showed up on
years.
Christmas morning?
Yes. They weren't all born on Christmas morning, but they did all show up.
Early in the morning.
Yeah, way too early. Yes. I'm like, son, it's only 1 a.m. But it's Christmas Day.
My favorite Christmas gift was from Santa. And Santa,
he's here.
Yes, and he hasn't moved or said much, but he's here.
Strong silent type.
Was a snowboard, and I told my parents I really wanted a snowboard. I was thinking kind of like the real deal snowboard, but this was something called Black Snow, and it just had like the straps, that you strap your boots in, and it was plastic. And I remember being pretty bummed, but I took it. I lived right next to a park, and so I took it to the hill that we went sledding all the time, and hopped on my Black Snow, and it was awesome. And I think I used that thing for years. Knowing my parents, we probably still have it somewhere stored away. But that snowboard, that was awesome. Got a lot of good use out of that. Let's start with you, Mr. Blakely.
Yes.
All-time favorite Christmas song.
Oh, easy. Hands down. The Mr. Grinch song.
Do you want to sing a little bit of it?
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
As long as you didn't say Mr. Barry, I appreciate that. What's with it? What do you like about it?
Just like the song.
What memory does it bring?
Watching the cartoon.
Oh.
I just think it's funny. I love the lyrics are also descriptive. Like your soul is full of spiders and your heart is full of garlic, and I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole, and
That's a long.
seasick
long
crocodiles, etc.
What about you, Mr. Barry? What's your
Oh yeah.
favorite Christmas song?
Yes.
All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey.
Okay.
I've always liked Mariah Carey, and I know you're gonna think why, but no, I think she was very talented.
Was.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I think she's had a few.
Did you see that New Year's Eve
Yeah,
performance?
right. There's a few performances that have concerned me, and I just wanted to say, Mariah, it's time.
Wait, why did you make eye contact? I'm not Mariah.
I am pretending if I had to have that conversation, I would make sure to have eye
Wait.
contact and say,
This
it's
is
time to hang it up.
this is an intervention for me. Is that you're now both looking at me? I'm feeling very self-conscious here.
I can feel Dave just being like, move.
Well, I've got a follow-up question for the Mariah
Okay.
Carey "All I Want for Christmas." I want to know, and I think listeners want to know, when that song comes on, and maybe not all the time, but maybe later on the evening on Christmas Eve, if that song comes on, do you sing along, and do you know all the words?
I don't know if my wife is still watching. She probably turned this off a long time ago. I am not really allowed to sing because I am one of those who I don't know the lyrics to anything, but I pretend that I do.
And you're one of those like,
Yeah.
for Christmas.
Right? If you were to hit the mute button and I said the next 5 supposedly words of the song, it would be mumbled. So
Another missive from the interwebs here. Another one from Kathy Bergen. Preschool enrollment not currently open.
oh.
Sorry to backtrack slightly.
Will you do me a favor?
Yes.
You don't need to read everyone.
Come on now.
Well, fortunately for us, we only have 4 people watching, so
We can definitely edit that out of the podcast, right?
okay.
We are.
Alrighty.
You know what though? The people listening, not watching, but actually listening, by the time they watch or listen, it might
It
be
should-
open.
There you go.
There you go.
There
So-
you go. There
So
you go.
people live right now, not. But people in the future generations.
Speaking of our listeners, I know we had a lot of people participate prior to going live.
Yes.
Did any of our listeners write in with their favorite songs that we might address?
Oh, you want us to move along, do you?
What about Dave Maurice? You did not tell us what
Oh,
your
well,
favorite. Also Mariah Carey.
No. You know,
so
it's
you don't
really.
like Mariah Carey.
I do. I like
Mhm.
Mariah Carey. I'm a big fan, and I would sing along to that song if it came on. But one of my favorite, just one. I've got several. When I was asked to narrow it down, John Denver and the Muppets is a big favorite of ours. If you're unfamiliar with that Muppet Christmas classic album from probably the '80s, let's be honest, they do a rendition of the 12 Days of Christmas. Which normally I really despise that song because it's long and mostly about birds. But I think the frustration in Miss Piggy comes out around like the 9th or 10th day, and you can just sense that she's getting, I'm done with this song. And it always makes me chuckle, so that's one of my favorites.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Now we know.
Right up there with Christmas with the Alvin and the Chipmunks.
All right. So we have a Rosie O.
Rosie
A
O.
Rosie O. She's
No, wait. Let's do it the other way. R. Osterbauer.
Well, now we've killed that anonymity.
No one will be able to figure that out.
Well, she's telling us a little bit about her wish list, what she's wishing for Christmas. So hopefully Mr. O is paying attention. I'm sure he's tuned in.
He is definitely tuned in.
Yes.
Here she says, my husband is laughing uproariously at my wish list in quotes, and I don't get why. It's really that odd that I'm hoping for, now this is totally R. Osterbauer, a used 2-drawer filing cabinet
Mhm.
and file folders. It can't be new. Must be used.
No, nothing too fancy.
An ironing board slip.
The cover.
Okay. A family photo we took this summer so I can mat and frame it myself.
Okay.
That sounds like she's doing work for her own presents.
You got it.
She says that is my Christmas wish list. Is that odd? It sounds practical and long lasting to me. Of course, I'm always so grateful.
Well, I'm just gonna jump in on this one. As somebody who's married to another mother of 6, that's a very practical list. That is a mother of 6 Christmas
list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely. When you have 6 kids, that's what your list is.
Okay. Let's see here. Our next one. I'm not even gonna say anything about the name, so Mr. Blakely can't put it out there. This says, "Dear Mr. Barry, glad you're having a nice hair day."
Oh, wow.
Oh, how did they know?
No, it doesn't say that. Here are some of my.
It doesn't say anything about hair on there, Paul.
No, it doesn't. Here are some of my favorite things about Christmas. Favorite songs: Silent Night, Jingle Bell Rock, Last Christmas, etc. I've never heard of the Christmas song, etc.
No, Last Christmas, etc.
Oh, is that the song name?
Last Christmas, etc.
Is it? Is that a real thing?
I don't think
Okay. Movies. Movies by this student. This is one of our 8th graders. Elf, all 3 Santa Claus movies, The Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know if I've seen that. I don't know if I've seen Nightmare.
The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Right.
You never seen it?
I don't know. Maybe I have. I'll
This
keep
Jack
going.
Skellington?
I'm sure I have. Miracle of 34th Street.
On 34th Street.
There you go.
Okay, well then, that's what I'm just reading what it
He
says.
doesn't have his glasses on, Dave. Give him a break.
I think this says the Nutcracker. I'm not sure it got cut off. And it says, "What do you mean by join us Friday 3 p.m. on the Eagle YouTube channel?"
Wow.
Oh, that poor student.
So, yes,
Just
thank
gonna
you
go
to Chase F. No, I'm just kidding. That's not who it is. I'm just teasing.
This
F. Fair, no, C. Fairhurst. Thank you. No.
Before you run through more emails, I want to pause because that student, boy or girl, mentioned a couple of Christmas movies that I hadn't thought about when we were having these conversations
Yeah.
about what your favorite Christmas movie is. And I think I also have not seen Nightmare Before Christmas, although I have heard of it. All 3 Santa Claus movies. Have you guys ever seen The Santa Claus with Tim Allen?
yes.
Yes.
I think that movie is often overlooked as a great Christmas movie.
Isn't it wildly inappropriate, or am I?
Yeah, I mean, he murders Santa.
Alright.
Other than that, I don't think it's inappropriate other than that the inciting incident is
I think-
murdering Santa.
So it's not that.
It was an unfortunate accident. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's move on to that next thing.
Okay, this one, this is from a staff member. I will not give names, although Blakely somehow will give a clue. Best Christmas movie is still Die Hard. Are those all around Christmas time?
The first one for sure.
Okay.
I think the second one too.
Or Muppet Christmas Carol, if you really want to be picky about it.
So thank you, Dave M.
Or D. Maurice, 2 R's,
1S.
1S.
No, isn't it 2 1S?
Yeah.
So I'm monitoring the chat from our live watchers,
Sure.
viewers, whatever, and we do have more viewers thanks to Miss Shuckman down in Naples. She has posted us on our Facebook page,
Oh.
and we are gathering new listeners. And I want to do a special shout out to Ben M. in 3rd grade, who has chimed in with his favorite movie being Elf.
Here's the thing, we got like 8 watchers right now. One might be my wife.
Uh-huh.
One might be your wife.
Definitely.
Shuckman's in there. Bergen is giving us, C. Bergen is giving us live updates on what we're currently saying that's wrong. And Bennett B. Blakely is watching. So I don't know.
I don't think any Blakely's are on here.
The only person that might not be related to us is ODog99.
Thank you, Odell, for
Oda. Oh, that's the handle of R. Osterbauer.
no.
It'd be funny if her name was O-Dog.
If that was her,
Yeah.
we find out that.
All right, so
Never mind.
in the theme of movies, we'll start.
yeah.
We'll start with you, Mr. Blakely. Tonight, hypothetically, it's movie night at the Blakely house.
Okay.
Everyone's on Christmas vacation.
Yes.
What do you? I was gonna say pop in the VCR, but that just makes me sound like I'm still in the '80s.
What do I stream?
What do you
stream?
stream?
Yes.
To entertain the clan for the holidays tonight.
Well, it depends on if mom and dad are choosing or if the kids are choosing. But I'm gonna assume it's mom and dad choosing, and I'm gonna say either White Christmas or Christmas Story. Those are kind of the two. Those are my two favorites anyway. My wife's Katie, also a really big fan of White Christmas. Big Crosby and Danny Kaye. It's a
Mhm.
classic.
Absolutely.
We might both sing along to the song "Sisters" that they sing at the beginning.
Absolutely.
I would be the Rosemary Clooney part, and she would be the what's her name? Anyway.
Yeah. My favorite part of that movie is the minstrel show, where they tell the jokes at the beginning of the song, right? I mean, it's. I don't want to spoil it, but.
So Dave Maurice coming in favor of minstrel shows. Interesting.
You two know a lot about movies.
Yeah, we do.
We do have one more email.
Please.
And that email comes from a staff person. And I'm just going to put it out there. It's Katie Sneed. And she says, what,
KDS.
Oh, yeah.
KS. Just KS.
KS. What is the best part of working with such an amazing group of teachers?
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Well,
That's deep.
I feel like I can't answer. I think that's really for
Oh, that's for me?
administrators.
So it's actually two-part too. So while I think of the best part, I'll think she says, and what's the most challenging part?
Oh, wait, how come you're answering that part first?
You know what? Let me say this. Working with this staff is the best thing that has ever happened to me, and sometimes when I say those things, I think people feel like I might not be authentic or genuine. And don't get me wrong, Katie Sneeze. Sometimes people here frustrate me, or cause me stress, or give me more gray hair than I would like at the age of 40. But that is honestly the best thing that's ever happened to me is showing up 4 years ago at OLP and thinking, let's give this principal thing a try. I feel truly blessed and honored, humbled to work with a staff like I do. I'm excited to come to work every single day. I love what I do. These last 3 weeks have really proven to me how hard it is, to do this without kids in the building, or to be as motivated when you know all your students are at home. So yeah, I feel completely, wholly humbled and lucky, and I don't know, I'm running out of adjectives, but the most challenging part is keeping a rein on Mr. Blakely.
Would you say that you're excited about it?
Did I say excited a few times?
Not this time.
You know, I've been trying to expand and move on from excited, but it's just come back to it.
I feel like for Christmas I'm gonna give you a thesaurus.
I could use, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Hooey.
So that kind of, I don't know, what's, if anyone else has emailed, I would like you to censor them a little bit if they've come through, or if there's any more comments that come through, but I think we were kind of coming to the end. It has been 48 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a long time to watch, especially.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a few more comments. We've got a few more favorite
Oh, yeah,
movies.
yeah.
If you want to hit those, we got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's
Classic.
that's coming in from Charlie M in Minneapolis. So thank you, Charlie. We've got another. Have we mentioned? We did Miracle on 34th Street. That was another one. That's come in. I think that's it. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I think. Let's do a quick retro on this, a live retro. What do you guys think? This is the first time we've done a live podcast.
Yes.
Things that went well, things that we should we do it again next time? What would we change?
Well, let's go down that road, because critiquing ourselves live on YouTube is always a good idea. But I just got a text from Father Ellis.
Oh.
He said, "Paul, you are having a good hair day."
Alright, there you go.
No, he did not say that. But he did say that he's been here the whole time watching us. So
Okay.
for 50 minutes. Father Ellis, thank you so much for staying tuned.
Hold on.
About 6. So we finally found somebody not related to us. Wait, is he O-Dog?
Father, are you O-Dog? Father, are you O-Dog 99?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but this last comment that came in is so spot on. Paul, you were telling a great story, a feel-good story about joining OLP and the great parts of working here and the faculty.
Yeah.
Listener in Hopkins wants to confirm that what you said was that joining OLP and working here was the, quote, best thing that ever happened to you.
Yeah, listener K. Berry.
I thought I said the word professionally. The best thing that's ever happened to me professionally, because the best thing that's ever happened to me is my wife, Kate Berry. So there's a shout out to my wife.
Mm-hmm.
A very Merry Christmas to you. I'll be home soon.
Yeah, so folks at home, you might know when I was given the chance to
It
affirm,
got hot in here.
when I was given a chance to affirm people, my wife was first on the list. That was approximately 38 minutes ago. Interesting.
I really didn't think Kay Berry was still listening.
Well, let's maintain her anonymity. Kate B.
Yes, yeah. Anyways, so we cleared that up. Professionally, the best thing that's happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Father Ellis is on the call, and you thought we should critique ourselves before we move on, before we wrap it up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just curious. How do you think it went? Should we do it again? How about this question? Will the podcast be returning to its normal cadence in the near future? And will we be audio only?
Oh, you're saying, did this experiment work or horribly backfire?
I don't know. You know, if I had to put a pulse on it right now, I would say, I mean, I had fun, but that doesn't mean that all 7 of our watchers had fun, which include our wives and children. It was fun, and maybe 3 o'clock's not the best time. Maybe people will rewatch all 68 minutes of this. I don't know. But it is I feel a little bit more safe knowing that if we misspeak, that you could edit us out.
I thought we weren't editing. Oh man, we're gonna edit this? This
No.
is so long.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
I think you put it up raw, but I'm just saying sometimes you feel a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'd do it again.
You know what I think? I think once COVID is over and we're able to return to a normal world where we don't have to wear masks and worry about distancing and other things, I think this becomes a gala silent auction item. Come to a live recording in person, because I think the show is that
Come
good.
to or be a guest on?
How much do you think we would have to pay someone to come? Like, that could actually sink the gala.
I think profits from the gala wiped out, but have to pay for guests.
You know, and I'm just going to say, speaking of the gala, that is coming up in the very near future, April 24th.
April 24th, and before we get
Only
to
5 months away.
Yeah, we are. Well, let's not get too much in the weeds, but we are starting to plan for that finally. The wheels are turning. I just think it's funny that we think someone wants to be here with us live.
Hey, folks at home, do you want to be on the podcast? Would you pay money? Why don't you contact us at podcastingprincipal@olpmn.org. You know what I think will be fun? I think that when the podcast drops, folks at home should do like a thing like Wizard of Oz and Dark Side of the Moon, where they sync it up. And I find that if you sync up the first time Mr. Berry laughs on the YouTube with when you hear it on the podcast, it's uncanny. It's like you're watching something that was like almost made at the same time.
Yeah, you totally lost everyone now. What do you think, Maurice? Do we do this again?
You know, I'm gonna say we're better when we can edit. I'm not. I'm not judging. I think that this was fun. I think we could definitely do it again, but I think we've given people a sneak peek of what happens in the room. Which, by the way, this is not our normal studio.
No.
This
No.
is way nicer.
No.
I
There's
think-
no stacked boxes in here, hardly at all.
no.
We don't have. I mean, look at we have lights out and Santa came. Eddie the Eagle back there's got some lights wrapped around his wings.
That's true. Also, you don't have your customary bottle. You don't have your glass of Maker's Mark and your cigarette going.
Yeah, I can't
so,
do that live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to say something. We are up to 13 live viewers right now.
Woo!
Wow. I mean, I would high five you, but we're not. Elbow.
Yeah, a little far for elbowing too.
Well, anyway, so that's kind of fun. I don't know. Maybe we should just go for another hour.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about, Colin?
Well, let me tell you. What is? Okay, wait. Jerry Lewis used to do this every year. He would go. He'd be live and he'd blah 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 blah.
Just go.
We should raise money for something. Let's raise money to pay off.
Speaking of raising money, let's just do a quick shout out to Heggy's Pizzas. If
Yes.
you have not sold your pizzas yet this year, definitely get out there. We have a week left of pizza sales, maybe two.
December 29th.
29th, yeah. Yes, we've done quite well. But if your house is anything at all like my house, you cannot have enough frozen pizzas in the freezer. So get out there and do that.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think this is the time. I really want to thank all of the hosts' wives for jumping in on this call and listening. Father Ellis, thank you for being here, and anyone else who chimed in. ODog99, thank you for participating and watching.
Kathy Bergen.
Yeah, C. Bergen, thank you so much for.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm C. Bergen. Kathy B.
For hanging out. This has been fun. But until next time, Eagle Nation, fly high.